Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Taking a bathroom. The bathroom is the only place where you can place your gadgets in peace. On this channel, we do product reviews and also some tutorials. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out my ebook, www.themanwhosetthemselfonfire.com. All right, guys, let me go ahead and check the YouTube. You already know how we do it. Make sure that we're live on YouTube while other people come in, just to make sure that we're streaming live. Can you guys hear me okay in the comment section? All right, look like we are live on YouTube. Yes, we are. All righty. What's up, Vernon? What's up, Vern? What's good with you? How y'all day going so far? Hope everyone is doing okay. All right, so you already see the title. What's up, D Johnson? What's up, Tim? Hopefully I can catch some people on their lunch break. You see the title, Coronavirus Outbreak 2020, helping Netflix, income tax return, step your game up. Thank you, James. What's up, Totally Techno? Tim? T my hand, what's up? What's up? Mobile IPTV, what's up? What's up, Rick? All right, guys. So I know it's middle of the day. Unfortunately or fortunately, it's just, you know, how it goes. The times I'm available to do live. I haven't done a live this week yet, even though it's only the second day in the week. So before I get started with the title, I just want to clear up some things. So first of all, let's talk about the hotspot. The hotspot still work, people. The method, unlimited internet for AT&T, that method still work. I did a video on that last week. You have to go to the Android landing page. Now, I think here's the confusion. Some of you guys are saying, what's up, Lucky Lens Entertainment? Some of you guys have been saying, all right, tech is not working for me. It's not working for me. And I did two videos, one the week before and one last week, showing you that the Android method still work. And a lot of you have been saying, well, where's the Android landing page? Now, I did give some people the Android landing page, but I thought it was extremely unfair because when I was selling the video of how to sell it and I was asking for that $25 donation, I have over 2,000 views on that video, and the only people who was able to get that video was my students. So you're looking somewhere around 800 people that brought that video. And part of the information in the video was that secret website. So I just thought that it was unfair that I'm just giving you something that someone else brought. However, it's not hard to find if you're willing to do your research, guys. Now, the video encompasses way more than just their website, but it's not hard to find if you do your research. So please don't post the link in any of my unlimited internet videos. I'm just going to delete it. Again, I just think it's unfair that the individuals, they paid for the package, and that was part of the package. I'm showing you the video for free, the new method. I'm telling you where to go. I mean, it's only fair that you do that work and you find it yourself, you know. Another thing I want to address is the IMEI numbers. Now, in the video, I clearly show you guys a number to use as a base number to generate more numbers from. I clearly told you guys that you might have to do it more than 1, 2, 3, 4 times. If you keep getting does, just regenerate until you get it. I just set up a client yesterday with the Android method, so it still worked. What I was doing last week was, if you still couldn't figure it out and you had a client that was pressing and you really needed it, what I said was, give me a SIM card number, and I take that SIM and put it in. Make sure, and the reason why I asked for the SIM card number is to make sure that you have a good SIM. That's another thing. Some of you guys trying to recycle SIMs, you're gonna run into issues, problems. Just get you a new SIM card. So I take that SIM card number, I go through the process, and I find an IME number that works, and I was giving it to people for $30. But like I told you guys, if I get overwhelmed and a lot of people want it, the price is going to go up. Why am I charging so much? Because I'm trying to discourage you from asking me. Just do the work, just follow the video step by step. So now it's at $50. If you want an IME number from me, it's at $50. It takes away so much time to give. And remember, I have a LLC doing this. You know, this is one of my businesses. It takes so much time, and how I view it as a business person, giving a potential competitor, because I don't know where your business is going to go, giving a potential competitor an opportunity to make money, and I'm taking time away from my business, I'm taking time away from my family to help you guys out when I have a video that clearly shows you step by step. So like I told you, if I was going to get more and more, I was going to go up on the price. And it's not about the money. The price is to discourage you from asking me to get it for you. Like everything else in life, if you want it bad, you're gonna pay for it. And you gotta realize, you paid $30 when I was charging last week, and now $50. You have the potential to make that back from a client month to month. Just depends on how you selling. I had one person that's like, I ain't gonna do nothing but pass the calls on to the client. And that's, I mean, and that's a good way to think about it business wise. But me, I prefer you guys just watch the video and go ahead and do that for yourself. So now that we got the house cleaning out of the way, the video that I done yesterday, guys, if you want, try out the IPTV service. Now, somebody asked me in the comment section, they was like, Tech, do you really like this IPTV service? The IPTV service is fairly new. It's been around 6 months. Now, any one of you guys know about the IPTV service business. You know that when you have a new service, then it's going to be a learning process. What I mean by it's going to be a learning process, meaning that as you getting people on your service, you're going to have to learn how to cater to those people. Now, why am I excited about that IPTV service that I did on yesterday? It's because it had what a lot of you was asking, not so much the US people, but a lot of Canada and UK people was asking for. They wanted the Sky Sports and Sky Movies and stuff like that. So he have that. So even if he just cater just to that niche, they're taken care of. All right. So I think that's all of the house cleaning that we have to do. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So one of the things I want to talk about is the coronavirus, again, the outbreak in 2020, and how it's helping Netflix, and the income tax return, and how I think you guys need to step your game up. Now, I told you, what's up, Marcus Bell? I told you a couple of weeks ago that you have to have your game plan in place. I said, look, have your elevator speech. What's the elevator speech? You have to have the ability within a minute, 60 seconds or less, to explain to someone what you're selling and why they need it. Because I say when the income tax come out, people going to have disposable income. And before they go buy cars and flat screens, TVs, make sure that you're selling your product. You're putting your product before them. As business people, and as people who want to be in business and the streaming game, right? If you want to be in business, you have to have the ability to catch the wave. What's the next best thing? How can I get ahead of it? You should lie awake at night thinking, how can I get my product to more people? What's up, Big H? And here is an excellent opportunity. Now, unfortunately, on the coronavirus, it hit the United States. You get more and more cases every day, and there's a lot of hysterical. There's a lot of people that might be getting nervous. I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it, even though I like politics, but here is a perfect opportunity. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys this article right quick. Let me see if I can show you guys this article right quick, and let me know if I'm sharing my screen. Well, I can't see you guys. So here's the article that I have in the link. All right, and it say coronavirus is helping Netflix. Now this from CNN Business. Netflix, Amazon, others stay at home. So Netflix stocks is going up. Of course, Amazon is going up, because what happened is that people are fearful. They don't want to go out, and so they rather just do what the phrase is, Netflix and chill. So if Netflix stocks could be going up, if Netflix can be taking advantage of what's going on, why can't we, huh, guys? I mean, that's my question. Why can't we take advantage of what's going on? So I just wanted to lift that up to you guys and show you guys that there's a potential right now in different markets to where people just want to stay at home, and when they're at home, they're going to need entertainment, and this is the perfect time for you to make your pitch. Now, how can I make my pitch when people are not gathering? So you can't do like one of the things that I said. And let me back up. First of all, the coronavirus is nowhere near the level that it is or was in China, but you have that potential. You had the potential for some school closures. You had the potential for some employees or whatever. Remember, we're thinking ahead. See, these big corporations, they think ahead. We're thinking ahead. What if? Even if it never happened, what if this was to happen? How can I get my product out there? I can't go to the barbershops because, again, if it was to hit your area, big if, and if people were to take drastic measures to self-quarantine or be ordered to quarantine, then maybe the barber shops and the local stores are not the best place, or renting out little rooms and doing demonstrations may not be the best way to communicate to my potential buyers anymore. So I know that if it happens in my area, people are going to need entertainment. How can I get my product in front of them? Simple. A web page, guys. Have a simple landing page. Have the ability to go on Facebook and target, because remember, Facebook market, guys, is one of the most powerful things, and Facebook advertising is one of the most powerful things. You set your own budget, and then you can select your demographic. Now, do you have to play with it a little bit? Yes. But it is perfect for local communities because you really can dive down into the analytics and find your potential clients by using that. So if you got a landing page and if you're targeting the right people, you already know that they need entertainment. You don't have to go door to door. You don't have to go to the barbershops, right? You got your landing page right there. The only thing they got to do is just click on a link, a hyperlink, a PayPal hyperlink, pay you, and you set up their account, and you're making money while everyone else is quarantined. Everyone else is losing money. You're making money. You just gotta think about that. Beelzebub, schools aren't closing because the people who make that decision are paid by the school, so they won't have a paycheck if they shut it down temporarily, which is lame because schools are funded by the taxpayers. I mean, you make a good point, but in New York, there's a private school that was closed because a guy contracted the coronavirus, and his kids went to a certain school, and they trying to track down the origins of how he got it, and so the private school just decided to do is to track it down. One of the things I have learned in my life is that fear is always a driving factor. Wars, if you look at the history of the world, primarily a lot of the conflict has been driven from fear or misunderstanding. So fear is a very powerful beast that can drive people to make irrational decisions. And again, not to get into the politics of it all, but all of this is hypothetical, right? It depends. If we were to get to that part to where people, and I just showed you the article, and the article is linked in the description of the video, where people are looking to step away from movie theaters, looking to step away from crowds, and starting to stay around their house more often. Here is a potential for you to be able to put your products before them. You can even mail a program Fire Stick to someone. The post office is not going to stop running. You can drive out and put it in a box, overnight it or whatever, pass the cost on to them. If you're just selling an IPTV, or any streaming service, you can make a video with download instructions, and boom, this is a way where you can make money even when others are losing money. So just think about the Corona Outbreak 2020. Keep it in mind. Look at this big company, Netflix. Look what they're doing. Amazon, the same way. We have to study the trends, look at what is before us, think ahead of time, catch the next wave. Which brings me to the other subject, is income tax returns. Look, the person who I set up yesterday, she spent income tax with me because typically she wouldn't have had the disposable income to buy the thing that she brought. So yesterday she brought a TV, and she didn't buy it for me, but she brought a TV, she brought 2 Fire Sticks, and the modem and the services to go on both Fire Sticks and the hotspot, right? So what I tell people, I say, look, you go ahead and you buy your own Fire Stick and just download the app because it's cheaper. Why do you tell them that, Tech? If you only want the streaming application, then buy your own Fire Stick and download the app. Because if I sell you a Fire Stick, guys, when I sell Fire Sticks, I program TV and movie APKs on there. So when I sell Fire Sticks, my pitch is a little different than when I'm selling just IPTV. I'm selling Fire Stick, like you can watch all the movies and all the TV shows, here are the apps. It's $120. If you just want the IPTV, hear me out now. If you just want the IPTV, why would I give you a Fire Stick at cost when I can take that same Fire Stick and sell it to someone at $120, right? It doesn't make sense. Now, so I recommend that they go ahead and they get their own Fire Sticks. In this case, she didn't want to do it. She was willing to pay the price, the $120 for the Fire Sticks, okay? And she's willing to pay my first month deposit for the modem, and for the hotspot modem and the services. All right, she had that income. I don't really do a lot of setups because this stuff is simple enough for other people. What's up, Leroy? This stuff is simple enough for people to do. But in that case right there, when it's an elderly person, and sometimes people tug on the strands of your heart, man. But it still got to make good business sense, because this was like a 35-minute drive for me, right? It still got to make good business sense. There's a decent chunk of money for me to go out and go ahead and set her up, and plus she knew my auntie, so I was willing to do that. Now, usually, if a person is pressing me to set it up because they don't have confidence in themselves for the installation, that's an installation fee also. And so right now, while it's income tax time, you have the opportunity to put your product before individuals and compete with the car lots, compete with the movie theaters, man, compete with other people. Right now, if you're turning on your TV, you're seeing people running, especially the car lots, running commercials of how you can spend your income tax. And you drive by certain places, hey, look, we'll cash your income tax. Why? They want to cash your income tax. They're going to charge you X amount of dollars per 100. Everyone is taking advantage of this influx of money that's been injected into the economy. And I think a lot of times as streamers, a lot of you guys just do this for hobby. I seen someone left a comment. It was like, where I program a lot of this stuff for free. And you can do that, but don't criticize the next man that or the next woman that's charging. What's up, Renee? That's charging individuals to program boxes, because it's taking up their time. It's taking up their time. You already know the model, guys. What's a business? A business is when you find a problem and offer a solution. Knowledge is power, no more than the next man, and monetize that knowledge. And that's how you form a business. So, income tax, the money is out there. What are you doing to put yourself out there to get a piece of that action? So in the comment section, guys, have you guys started doing anything different since it's income tax season? Have you guys in the comment section or in the chat, have you guys seen an uptick? Or in the chat, if you guys need help or need some type of advice or suggestions of how to get your product in front of more people during the income tax season, go ahead and put that right now in the chat, and I see if we can help you out. Total Techno Tim, I think the media is hyping it up. The coronavirus, how many people get the flu and die from it? Now you about to make me go to politics. Here's the thing with the flu, guys. Now, those of you that's not familiar with the show, that might be watching this on a re-air or whatever, or might be live and just seeing what the show is about. My day job is I work with politicians. So I work with politicians and pastors. I work with community people. I'm director of a nonprofit. Basically, I help people decide policies, what policies to vote on, to influence their lawmakers, or what laws to pass and stuff like that. So I have to have a relationship with lawmakers and community people. Without getting too political, when you're looking at the flu, the difference between the flu and the coronavirus is that there's a vaccine. Now, when you look at a virus, there's no cures for a virus. When you catch a virus has to run its course. You can inoculate yourself from a virus, meaning you can get an injection and vaccines that can block your body from getting the virus. And basically, to inoculate yourself, usually it's a small portion of the virus that they take with different antibodies and proteins or whatever, molecules or whatever. They put that into you, and that help your immune system develop a resistance to that virus. So the flu vaccine, every year when the flu vaccine come out, the scientists, the doctors, they guess what type of strain there's going to be that year, and they put out a vaccine. And sometimes the virus mutates to a different strain, and they have to switch it up. So when you say it's just like the flu virus, it is and it isn't. And the reason why that it isn't totally techno, Tim, is because there's no vaccine. In other words, there's no way to inoculate people to keep it from spreading. And there will not be a vaccine until a year from now, no matter what you hear, which is unprecedented, which is lightning speed, because first it got to go through certain scrutinies through the FDA, the Food and Drug Administrations, and then the peers, the scientists, or whatever, they got to get it ready for human trials. Then they got to test it on a certain amount of the population to make sure that they're not making the situation worse, and to make sure that someone is not going to get vaccinated and die. So human trials is primarily going to take the longest. So that's why it's like a year or so out. So this particular season, there's really no way to stop it. That's what makes it different from the flu, is that you can't inoculate people. You can't keep people from getting it. So whoever get it, going to get it. And according to what they're saying, if your health is compromised, then you can have complications. And compromise, it can be, you can have asthma. You can already have let's say you're a healthy person, but you, like me, I suffer a lot from upper respiratory issues, right? So let's say I got an upper respiratory infection, and then on top of that, someone with an upper respiratory infection catch the coronavirus. You can be healthy, but your immune system is already compromised. Elderly, you can just be overweight and you're compromised. Underlying heart issues. A lot of people that have heart disease don't even know about it, especially men, and especially men of color, because they don't go to regular doctor visits. So I just want to just put that out there and just let you guys know that the coronavirus is different than the flu, because that's not an inoculation. That's nothing to keep people from getting it. The flu, usually we have a mechanism to fight it, because we can give people vaccines to slow the spread of it. Be repetitive. Once again, a virus have to work its way through the system. There's no way to cure a virus, but there is, if you come up with a vaccine, there is a way to keep you from getting it. So, what's up, Luna? So I'm still looking to see if people seeing an uptick in their sales in the comment section, in the chat section. Now, when I put in a title to step your game up, you as a business person or as potential business owner, you have to say, where do I want to be in this game? Now, usually what happens, if you look at the internet, when the internet first came online, the people that got on the internet early and began to run ads, if you old enough to remember when you first started going to AOL dial-up and you started seeing everything on the internet, and they had like a lot of affiliate links like ClickBank and all of that, not clickbait, ClickBank, where people had affiliate products and you can sell it. people was clicking on everything in the internet and they was believing that everything was true, all the advertising. So there was a lot of people that got on the internet early on that made millions of dollars. And what they did was when the .com bubble bust, they took that profit and they invested in other things, precious metals and real estates and homes and stuff like that, or other businesses. Same thing with Bitcoin. I told you the story. Ben was told to get into Bitcoin, but you know, me dragging my feet, not familiar with it. What happened when they went public? Boom! Everybody that had Bitcoin, you know, they made a lot of millionaires. And so what I want to do, I want to go buy some Bitcoin, stuff like that. But it was too late. That bubble had popped, right? So you have to have the ability to get in early, look at the market, look at your current situation and say, all right, where do I fit in? If Netflix is a streaming service and right now they're seeing a tick up in their stock, and Amazon seeing a tick up in their stock because of the fear, not the reality. I mean, yeah, they're finding new cases every day because of a fear of the coronavirus outbreak. Then why can't we go ahead and piggyback off that same trajectory? Why can't we go ahead and say, all right, if people are not willing to go outside, then maybe I should change my pitch, you know, stay at home and watch the latest the latest movie. You know, that you don't go to the movie theater. Now, I'm not telling you to put coronavirus on your message boards or whatever and try to scare people, but if people, because of fear, if people are saying, I'm going to stay at home, then you have to have the ability to say, all right, you're not going out because of health concerns. Then here is a product that I have that you still can be entertained. And when everyone else is losing money from not going to work, you are literally catering to those people, right, that can allow you to make money when everyone else isn't. So yes, definitely an increase putting flyers around the stores and fish markets. Never thought about that, putting flyers up around fish markets and stores. What minimum speed do you tell your customers should be getting in order to use IPTV without buffering? So that's a good question, William Banks. So it depends on the IPTV service. Now, if you're looking at the description of this video, I'm offering a video for $75 donation of how to be a successful reseller. One of the things I say when it comes down to reselling IPTV is that whoever you decide to sell with, you have to have the ability to contact them. Now, I go with DA Streams. Yeah, y'all know that's my best friend. Y'all know that's my homeboy. Excuse me. But it's one thing that he do with his resellers that I don't know anyone else that does it, who do it. Is I believe it's once a week he have a reseller meeting. So basically it's like a Zoom, it's like a conference call, and all his resellers get up on there and he tell them all of the changes that he's been making. He's asking them if they're having any problems, and that is important because you can get information like, hey, what is your bit rate? What is the standard megabit per second that's needed to run your service? So you need to know that from the reseller. I mean, you need to know that from the provider. If you're reselling the product, you need to know exactly, hey, what do they recommend? Now, DA Streams, his test shows that you can run his service one line off of 5 megabits per second. So one line off of 5 megabits per second. Now, here's what happened with that 5 megabits per second. There's I'm thinking I'm saying this correct. I'm not a computer engineer or whatever. These things that I have figured out has been through trial and error. So what happened is that signal come from your internet service provider. Okay, it's giving you access to the internet, upload and download. It opens up the door. So when you're downloading, you're pulling from a IPTV server. Okay, it's coming in. Remember, that's going through your internet service provider, ISP. It's going through their servers, and while it's coming through, they can regulate that data any way they want to. They can say, oh wow, he or she is pulling a whole bunch of data, let me cut back, which we call throttling. Some of them say they don't throttle, some of them say they do, some of them say it's network management or whatever. It just depends if it's a hotspot or if you have a direct line. But when it's going to their server, they got more control over that. Okay. So even though it might only require 5 megabits, it now might require 10 or 15 because they might be doing something funny with that signal. And just the distance that it's traveling. It's just like anything else, man. The longer you go, the longer you have to travel, right? The longer it's going to take you to get there. I always recommend people that have at least 1 or 2 connections. I always tell them go to fast.com, and if you have more than 15 megabits per second, you should be good if that's the only thing you're doing is streaming. But if your kids come home and they get on their iPads and they're playing games and they on their PlayStation and they're playing Fortnite and all of it, and you're trying to stream and you only have 15 megabits to be divided equally throughout the house, you might have a problem. But I always tell people with the hotspots is if you're using DA streams, you need at least from fast.com, you need at least 15 megabits to get that signal in. You just got to be honest with people. So Monique, how you doing? So yeah, so that's how I would do it. I would get with the IPTV service provider and ask them, you know, what they recommend, what their bit rate is, and if they can't answer that question, then you might want to find someone that's a little bit more familiar with their own service. Okay, because you gotta remember that there's a lot of resellers out here that look like they are companies, but they are just a reseller. And that's the same thing that I teach you guys to, is to set yourself up to look like a company, but you're just a reseller. But if you're a reseller and you have that access to the person that owns the company, then you will have that information where you can give back to them. Now, you guys should know why I prefer you guys to resell and not own your own IPTV company. First of all, the overhead, right? You don't have to buy the servers every month. Some of these guys pay over $2,000 for one server a month. You don't have to have the upfront capital to get it started and buy all the hardware and stuff necessary. And then you don't have to go out and how can I say it? You don't have to go on the market and try to find different sources. When you're a reseller, the only thing you have to do is sell credits. Tech question: do we really need to worry about IPTV cracking down? So I did a video a couple of last week, I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday, guys, about California and about how California is trying to use a penal code to where they actually arrested someone that was selling loaded boxes, and it came from Turn Freak and Card Cutters. Card Cutters ran the article, but Card Cutters got it from Turn Freak, and California was enforcing a penal code that they had on the books. And I said this in the video, guys, there's so many laws on the book. If the police wanted to get you, or the FBI wanted to get you, there's so many laws on the books that they can charge you with literally everything. Trust me, I'm very familiar with the system. So, and what the DA does, they stack the charges, right? So they make sure that they put enough charges on you to where they can intimidate you and they can get you to enter a plea agreement. Even if you did it or not, it just becomes so overwhelming. And you got to realize, if you don't have a paid lawyer, or you could have a paid lawyer, he or she may not be a good lawyer, it becomes overwhelming. And what they do, they make you spend more money because they keep doing pre-trial conference after pre-trial conference. You got to remember, that lawyer, if you don't have the lawyer on retainer, then you're paying them from different court dates. And so they break you like that. I digress, guys. I'm sorry. Criminal justice reform is definitely something that I think need to happen in the U.S. So typically it's a civil matter. An IPTV service provider, if they have sources that is syndicated sources, that let's say like a Dish or someone like that can say, hey, that's our sources, those channels exclusively to us, you're using this without our permission. Typically what they do, they send a letter, a cease and desist letter to you to tell you to cut it out. If you keep doing it, then they hit you with a lawsuit. What happened in California was that they used a old penal code that something dealing with the transmission and boxes and stuff like that, and encoding with boxes. So even though this individual had IPTV on the box, they labeled that box as some type of device that was against the penal code, that you can use that to rebroadcast and redistribute or whatever. So I'm thinking, and I'm not familiar with California. California is a wacky place. I'm thinking that's probably stemmed from back in the days when people used to have like those little chips that used to put in the little receivers for the satellites, and then you'd be able to get all of the channels. I'm thinking that's probably stemmed from that, but I'm not sure. Now, if other municipalities would adopt that penal code, then technically, the way that I read it, technically, then the Fire Stick, Android box, and the video share, technically all of those can be used in similar matter. So what they're going to do, everyone that have a Fire Stick or Android box, or are they going to go and see if you're broadcasting or rebroadcasting or whatever like that? It just becomes harder to enforce. So just my opinion, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not intimately familiar with the case, but I'm thinking that this person probably was, I ain't gonna say it was into something else, but they probably looking at this person and they wanted to get them on something, you know. And when you really think about it, to go and charge someone with a penal code, to me, that is so petty, that they really couldn't charge them with anything else, because I told you guys, the FCC, the airways are for the people. That's why you can take an antenna and put up an antenna, and you can catch all of your shows, your days of your lives or whatever. You can catch your football games whenever they're not blacked out or whatever, because the airways belongs to the people. But there is syndicated broadcasting. I hope I'm saying that right. Syndicated broadcasting, to where the HBOs of the world and all of that, to where they actually pay for content. They actually, if you're looking at like internet, there's certain frequencies that the government actually lease out, they sell it, they have auctions, and so certain frequencies you can't be on because AT&T might own that frequency, they might own that airway path right there. So that's where they get the advantage on. But it's a last to me, it's a last effort to where it's a last ditch effort to where they really just want to stir things up. But again, that's just in California. So what I always told you guys is nothing is forever. When I was telling you about the hotspot, the AT&T hotspot, I was telling you guys that, hey, get it now, because nothing is forever. And what you do with business is that you stack your money, right? You manage your business well, you pay your bills, and if you hit a bubble or if that goes away, I did a video on this, guys, a live show on this, multiple streams of income. You have another stream of income. If you're getting your money from one place, you're losing. I'm going to say it again. If you're watching this and if you're getting your money from one source, you're losing. No one, well, I'm not going to say no one. Most of us are not going to retire from our job and be rich. What's going to happen is we're going to work until we're old enough to A, get our retirement from our job, and B, able to get our old folks check if they're still around, depending on how the government work, right? The money that we put into the system over years. So we work until we get those, till we get that age, and then what we do, hopefully by that, our vehicles are paid off, our homes are paid off, and we try to live off our interest. If you have that set up, most people don't even have investments in the stock market, or how to live off our 401k, whatever. And that's how most people go about their lives. Stock market goes down, boom, you out. You know, you lose your job, you're over 40, you know, boom, you out. If you have one source of income, people, you're losing. Total Techno Tim, Tech, just a question. When you say about the AT&T hotspot data plan and using the Android landing page, do you mean the page where you're getting the AT&T data from to sign up for account? Yes, where you go and it's going to tell you, it's going to say get a pass. It's going to ask you to log in, and it's going to say get a pass. And I'm glad you brought that up, because here's something funny about the Android landing page. If you ever want to go in, and most of the times it happens to me all the time, you ever go in and you want to check an account, and you know you put in the right password, the right username, the right email, the right username, For some reason, it doesn't recognize it. So what you got to do, you got to request that username and that password. And you're going to need information such as a IMEI number or something like that. You're going to need information. So you want to make sure that you are aware of that. Don't just keep putting in the wrong password or whatever. When you set up the account, make sure that you put a good phone number, a good email. That way, if you ever got to go back to recover that password, you already know that information. Okay? So yeah, that's the page you got to go to. Back to the coronavirus. The opportunity is here. Fear drives people. People are going to self-quarantine, guys. The government might not have to tell people to self-quarantine. If one person, I guarantee you, if one person in your town, in your community, in your city, out of thousands, or some of y'all might live in a big city, hundreds of thousands or millions of people in your state or whatever, if one or two people get the coronavirus, then because there's no vaccine, there's no way to inoculate people, fear is going to drive a lot of people to self-quarantine. Fear is going to drive a lot of people out of the public. And if your method of going to barbershops, and if your method of going to local stores, and if your method of having meetings and trying to set up demonstrations, that would be obsolete because people are not going to want to gather around. Make sure you got a website or a landing page. I know a lot of people say, well, with the video, there's like, with tech, I don't need to buy the video. I don't need a website because all of my business come through Facebook. All of my business come through my Telegram. I want to say this again. When you put your business on someone else's platform, at any time, they can disrupt your business. At any time, Facebook can say that this group is not suitable according to our community guidelines or Facebook guidelines, and that's your business down the drain. I already got banned from Facebook for life. All right. Just so happened I had a backup Facebook account, so I was able to get back on Facebook. But I already got banned from Facebook for life. All right. Same thing with YouTube, man. When your whole business depends on a particular niche. Now, you can have like a certain amount of your business. It's just like a portfolio, like a piece of a pie. All right. 40% comes from here. 30% comes from there. 20% comes from here. I mean, you can have a large percent of your income coming from a certain place, but as the old folks say, you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. So I'm telling you guys, have a web page where it's independently ran by you, where you can put up information and you can directly communicate with your potential clients. And while we here managing your clients, people, each time somebody buys something from you, get an email, get a phone number, get an address. It only takes a second. It only takes a second for you to go ahead and get that information. And if you like me, you might not have time to organize it, but you can go to your email and you can type in that person's name and you can pull it up, right? Or something like that. But you want to have like a spreadsheet eventually where you get everything in. That way, if, let's just say, IPTV go away tomorrow, the IPTV that you're selling go away tomorrow, and something else pop up, we always know that something else is going to pop up, and that's a new method to deliver that service or similar service to your clients. You want to have the ability to communicate with them. In the event the coronavirus happened in your town, in your city, and you can't talk face to face with someone, and people are scared and nobody want to gather, then to take advantage of that, send people emails and say, hey, look, I'm running a special, and it's just an idea. Look, it can be something. Unfortunately, our town, our city has been hit by whatever. And you want to be heartfelt, because if you're like me, you want to have a relationship with your community. You want to be sincere, and you want to let people know if you have that information. Don't give people false information. So again, unfortunately, the coronavirus that hit our town, has hit our city. Schools has been forced to shut down, if that be the case. Again, these are hypotheticals. Schools have been forced to shut down. People are forced to stay in. Guys, depending on your faith tradition, I'm in prayer for our community. Here's a promo code to where you can be at home while you're quarantined, and I'm selling 10% off for the next week. Anyone that buy my service for the next week, enjoy entertainment on me, on us, depending on how your company is ran, on us until we get past these difficult times. Boom. I mean, I'm paraphrasing it, but boom, you're showing your concern for the community, you're offering a service to the community, and you have the ability to gain new customers and make money until you get past that crisis. That coronavirus elevator speech spiel would be totally different than if I'm targeting people with the income tax. Because we're dealing with two things here. People that might have to self-quarantine, or people that's getting fear and they don't want to go out in public, right? So you're selling to them. And then you got people that got this new money. They got this new money that's burning a hole in their pocket, right? And unfortunately, most people that don't make investments with it, no matter how they might try to make investments, it's whenever you're not financially literate, I'm guilty of it. I'm saying I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that with the money. I'll always go ahead and get that shiny object, right? And be like, why I brought this? You know what I'm saying? So why they have that disposable income? You want to go ahead and try to interject yourself into that realm and say, hey, look, if you're using your income tax to buy cars or TVs or whatever, all of that is fine. But how about if I can show you how you can save thousands of dollars a month? Next year, you won't have to worry about these high internet or cable bills, depending on what your business is. And then when they see, God, dog, man, I can make this upfront investment because they got the money. I can make this upfront investments in Fire Sticks and Hotspots or whatever, and IPTV service or whatever, and streaming apps, Disney or Netflix, whatever you sell. I can make that initial investment and I can save $1,200 a year. I can save $3,000 a year. I'm gonna go ahead and make that because that's $200 I'm not paying every month. That's $300 I'm not paying every month. You're making your spill. We gotta step our game up. You gotta be, look, you can't be a business person if you're not being astute to the news of the day. You have to see what's going on in your community. You have to know the things that's happening with your clients. You have to know the things that's happening with the demographic that you're trying to serve. So here we are. Tech, thank you for the information. Tech, I'm going to consider it. Man, don't just consider it. Don't just say, Tech, thank you for the information. Get off of your butt and go get that money. Bro, you said try to say that I need to worry about cracking down because I live in California. If you're not selling, how many? Let me ask you this question: how many people live in California? How many people live in California? How many reports have you heard? I just wanted to set in, people. Now listen. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 times real with you people. How can I put this? Every business that is started, and go ahead and give this live a thumbs up, guys. Give it a thumbs up and share. The most people that give it a thumbs up, man, the more Facebook send it out to other people. Let them know that we're live. Excuse me. Every business you start up, you're taking a risk. Most new businesses don't survive past 5 years. That's why you have to have multiple streams of income. That's why you keep investing in different businesses. Like I tell my kids all the time, gotta get the no's out the way. You can be told no 1,000 times. You only need one yes. You never stop trying. That's the nature of business. So when you're making a calculated risk by starting a business, you get the business to the point to where you're able to recoup all of your money back, even if you don't make a profit, right? And then you start over, or you try to recoup enough money to where you're not taking a huge hit. That's business. That's it. Business, you're winning and losing, but you're making calculated risks. You have what they call risk management. So every business is dangerous. Every business can be shut down. Every business can be sued. You can open up a brand new restaurant, right, and invest millions of dollars, and somebody come up in there and you got a worker that forgot to wear their hairnet, and a piece of hair or something going to someone's food, right, and they post it on social media, and now the negative publicity from that has now ruined your business. Business is a calculated risk. So when you look at the numbers, you look at the successful IPTV companies, and you look at the companies that have been in the news, and in this particular situation when we're talking about California, you're looking at millions of people that live in California, and you're hearing about one case. Guys, I'm telling you, that's a risk I'm willing to take. It's simple data. It's simple data. Is that out of millions of people, that's less than a percentage of a point. So I mean, so to me, you have to look at the numbers now, but you also have to be smart and learn from the mistakes of others. So if this individual was selling preloaded boxes, then I would say, well, I don't want to go ahead and down that same path, because also in business you learn from other people's mistakes. I don't want to go down that same path. I'm gonna do mine different. I'm not gonna sell them preloaded boxes or whatever. I might just give them, like someone left a comment in that video. What I do is I sell them a box, and then I give them a link to a video that give them instructions on how to set it up. So basically, he's selling them a box, and then they get the instruction, they set it up for themselves. Can a quiet and laid back man be a good IPTV service? Key Miller. So Key Miller, thumbs up, guys. Get this video thumbs up. So Key Miller, if this I want to tell you, everything. What's up, Josh? Everything that you're not willing to do, you gotta outsource it. The work remains the same. You have to put your product in front of people, right? You have to draw an audience. You have to compel people to look at your product. See, people thinking that when people thinking that I'm gonna buy that video from Taking a Bathroom, how to be a reseller, and this and that, and then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get me a website, I'm gonna put it up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blow up overnight. Nah. Those are just tools. The website is just a tool to use to get people to look at your product. Then once they look at their product, your wording, your color scheme, all of that got to be set to where you compel them, your pricing to where you compel them to give you a try. And once they give you a try, then you got to wine and dine them to keep them, so then they could go on through word of mouth and tell other people. The whole point of advertising is to get people to generate it word to mouth. There's no substitute from word to mouth. So if you're a calm, laid back person, you definitely can sell IPTV. You just got to pay someone to do videos for you, like myself. Pay someone to do videos for you to make a compelling argument and put your product before people, and then you got to share that link. You don't never have to talk to an individual face to face if you're willing to pay people to do that legwork for you. So the answer is yes, if you're willing to pay the money. Now, if you're not willing to put up the money, then no, because the work remains the same. I hope do that make sense, Key? I hope that makes sense. What's up, Miss Octavia? So I hope that makes sense. So the work still remains the same, guys. Corona season. The Corona outbreak is here. Pay attention to your health officials. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your nose. Someone like me is very hard, because when you establish a certain relationship in the community, it's like you're shaking hands all day, you're patting people on the back all day. You just get carried away. When you love people, you get carried away. Plus, I have kids that's in school. When you go to school, man, that's like a petri dish of infectious diseases. You know what I'm saying? So, but we just got to be vigilant. Take care of yourself, but don't squander this opportunity, guys. This is an opportunity, and why not? If your community is going to be in a position to where they're going to need help, then you want to be able to offer them a service. Now, don't be a butthole about it. Go ahead and truly offer your condolences and say, hey, while we're going through this crisis, here's some entertainment for you. While you're going through this, you don't have to go through this sad or upset. Here's this entertainment. And if you're able, offer them like a promo code. A perfect time to offer them a promo code. Here, guys, I would ship this this the Fire Stick to your house for this fee or whatever, and it'd be preloaded. The only thing you got to do is follow the instructions, and you're good to go. So you never have to touch a person's hand. You never have to touch them. They go to your website. You can have your little write up about the community or whatever. And what's going to happen? People's going to be like, look here, man. Hey, look, yeah, Netflix is good, but this cheaper than Netflix. This for free. However you got your Fire Sticks or whatever you selling your Android about to set up, or your IPTV, be like, hey man, you can watch all the NBA games or whatever games right here using this service. Here's the website or whatever. So when you're doing your elevator speech, especially in a time where when there's a heightened sensitivity, you want to be keenly aware of what's going on. You don't want to desensitize the situation. What's the business? Find a problem, offer a solution. The problem is that potentially a lot of people might have to stay inside. That's why when we read the article earlier, and the article is in the description of the video, you can read the article in its entirety. People might have to stay inside or get quarantined. That's the reason why Netflix stocks are going up, because investors are anticipating that if people self-quarantine, they're going to watch TV, they're going to watch movies, they're going to want to be entertained. I live in Louisiana, hurricane season. Some of you guys might live up north and might get snowed in. You start to get cabin fever. You got to have something going on in the house to keep you entertained when you can't go out. You got to be entertained, guys. And this is a way to where you can offer a service to your community if that potential happen. And I keep saying if, because it may never happen. But success means what? When you are successful, it's when opportunity meet preparation. You got to be prepared. When opportunity come, you already prepared. Man, I watched Tech Live. Boom, I got it down packed. This is what I'm going to do. That's why Netflix stocks are going up, because those that are in the know say, hey, I want to invest into this, because they think ahead. And that's something that we don't do. We don't think ahead, guys. They think ahead and say, all right, what's the next way? What's the next way to make money? Same thing with income tax. You got, if your city, your state, your town is never impacted negatively by the coronavirus or whatever, then a lot of people's getting income taxes in. You got to target them. You got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive with your advertising. Look, at any time in your business, this is where you have to be driven. This is the opportunity to where you have to say, all right, I'm going all in. Because when the summertime get here, people are going to be going on vacation. People out of sight, out of mind. Their money is already allocated to their vacation or to their 100 to-do list. Summertime, what people try to do in the summertime? Go on vacation, try to build a shed, try to remodel a kitchen, right? That money is already allocated. So this is a perfect time of the year to where there's an influx of money to where you can make your pitch and say, hey, this is where I can save you money, all right? And this is how you can use your income tax as an investment to save you long term. This is the time you have to step your game up. You have to step your game up. Now, what is stepping my game up? I tell you guys, invest in yourself. Advertise. I used to listen to a radio commercial, and the radio commercial used to try to get people to advertise with them. And in my former life, I worked for a radio commercial. In my former life, I worked for a brief time, I think about 6 months or something like that, for a radio station to where I had to go out and buy ads, get people to buy ads. And my dad and I actually had a father and son spot. It's like an hour spot where we talked about the Bible from older generation or younger generation and stuff like that. But one of the things I learned was that, and one of the advertisements was that people never want to pay for advertise until they go out of business. And then what they do when they go out of business, they advertise going out of business. Just think about that. People never want to advertise until they go out of business. Then they advertise going out of business. That always resonated with me. So invest in yourself. Advertisement is key. There's tons of people that's selling IPTV. There's tons of people that's selling streaming applications. There's tons of people that's selling Fire Sticks. If you remember the story I told you guys that around Christmas time, we was offering Netflix, was offering the Disney Plus, was offering Hulu or whatever, that whoever brought that package, we paid that for them. So there's tons of people that's using their mindset, right? There's tons of people that's being creative to put their product in front of people. The only way you're going to compete is to put your product in front of people, invest in your product. And that's why when you see me do this IPTV reviews, these people, they pay me to do these reviews because they want their product in front of people. They make that investment, and it's a long-term investment. And I did a video on how you could edit a video, make a video with little to no experience, and sell it. I just did that. That video probably got less than 200 views. That video probably got less than 200 views. Why? Because people look at the video like, man, it's 20 minutes long. I ain't got time for that tech. Man, not only monetary investments have to be made in your craft and your business, but you got to invest your time. Why you think I went from selling IMEI numbers from $30 to $50? Because it requires my time. Because when I'm spending time, it's taking me away from making videos, selling videos, or it's taking me away from advertising my other business, or it's taking away from my community stuff or my family stuff. So, and I hate to use the word stuff, but obligations. Let me say obligations. It's taken away from that. You got to see how valuable your time is. My time is valuable because I have a lot going on. So the purpose of this live, guys, is to tell you guys to be ready, be prepared, have your plans in place, have the ability to send or offer up your elevator speech, 60 seconds or less, of why somebody should buy your product. Send it to them via email if you have it. If people start to self-quarantine, have it on your website. Offer a service to the community. Just make sure that your business is standing out. Make sure that your business is standing out. So we're at the hour mark. I always try to go an hour or less. I know your time is important. If you got any questions, let me know. We'll continue for a few more minutes so I can get my final thoughts out. So to recap, in the event there's hysterical people in your community and they choose to self-quarantine, or if you order by your local officials to self-quarantine because of the fear of the coronavirus. Now, I'm going to digress for just a second, because Tim made an excellent point. Tim said the media is just hyping it up because it's just like the flu virus. And the reason why I disagree with that was because it is flu-like symptoms, and if the same people are at risk, elderly people. But for some reason, children, they get it, but they're not as compromised as some young people might be with the flu. But the huge difference between this is that the flu, you can't be inoculated against the flu. That's a vaccine. So you can stop transmission if enough people get their flu shots. This does not have a vaccine, and the vaccine will not be available for at least a year or a year and a half. Regardless of what they say, they're ready to go to trials, they're ready to start testing. The human trials is going to take the longest, so at least a year and a half out. So this particular season of the coronavirus there's no way to inoculate people from it. There's no way to keep people from getting it, and the virus has proven to be highly contagious. So that is how it's different from the flu virus. That's not spin. That's not a politician trying to get you to be scared or try to get you to be reassured. That's just the facts. Currently, there's no way to stop, short of containment, which is quarantine, tracing back the origins of the individuals, where they might have got it from, and quarantining those people. That's the only way to stop it. The thing that makes it so dangerous is that we don't have enough testing kits as of yet to test enough people. The more testing kits that come online, the more people you're going to see that's going to have it. And without there having a vaccine to keep people from getting it, the virus already have a head start, right? Because you haven't tested the amount of people. You don't know who have it, and there's no way to stop people from getting it unless you contain them. Well, you can't contain them until you test them and quarantine them, and you can't test them and quarantine them until they start exhibiting symptoms. So, potentially, there might be fearful people, fearful elected officials that might require some extreme measures because there's no way to keep the virus from spreading, but quarantine, self-quarantine, right, or containment. Potentially, there might be a lot of people staying home from school or staying home from work. How can your product help that situation? How can your product help your community? How can you provide entertainment or education to your community? Whatever you're selling, how can your product help? Now, because a lot of people that watch this, we are streamers, I have a pretty good idea how you can take your streaming knowledge and turn it into monetary gain by providing a service for your community. Netflix, why Netflix? That Netflix don't visit your local grocery store, your local fish market, your local barbershop. Netflix don't visit them and spend money, right? You are in your community. You're spending money in your community. You should be able to identify people in your community, right, and offer that service to them. And instead of allowing Netflix to exploit your community during this potential time of need, why not you? Income tax. Guys, it's a simple pitch. I can save you thousands of dollars a month if you use some of your income tax and make an investment. Remember, people get the income taxes, they're looking to make a good investment. A car is not a good investment for income tax. I did a post on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I say, look, I'm going to invest in I'm going to invest $12,000 in an extended trailer and some towing rope to pull this income tax cars from on the side of the road. I'm going to make a killing, right? A car is not a good investment. So everybody trying to get people to invest doing income tax, then make your argument. Hey, I can save you thousands of dollars on cable entertainment if you buy this product, whatever product it is you're selling. Josh said, coronavirus has been around for years. This is a new strain. Scary, yes. Health and hygiene is as important as always. Yes, wash your hands, guys. Try not to touch your face. Coronavirus has been around for a while. This is a different strain, and this is also concerning. Guys, we live in a big, scary world. Our world is so fragile. At any time, you know, if we're not good stewards of our world, we're not good stewards of the things that God has blessed us with our family, with our health, and with our finances. Anytime, the life that we live can go away at any time. And so, what I'm trying to convey to you guys is that invest in yourself. That way, you are not dependent on one source of income. I want to encourage you guys. If it doesn't seem like your business is getting off the ground, take it from me, a person that have started tons of online businesses have failed a lot of time. The knowledge that I acquired has truly been from trial and error. The reason why I share information is my firm belief is that if you are able to do well, right, then I'm able to do well. If the people that I'm selling my products to have money in their pocket because I showed them or told them something that can help them make money, I'm doing good. Because the next time I come out with a product, they're going to say, all right, Tech, we got you, because they got disposable income. A prime example of that is this. The IMEI numbers, the people that brought the videos from me, a lot of them are doing so good, they're doing well, selling the products, selling their hotspot, their internet. A lot of them use IPTV packaged with it. When the AT&T landing page went down, I did a video. I was like, look, keep all of your accounts. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be grandfathered in. Sure enough, that what it did. AT&T grandfathered everybody in. If someone don't pay their bill, you go ahead and you pay it, and the next time somebody want it, you have a right to go up on your price. So let's say if you're selling it for $100, you're not gonna sell it for $120. Why? Because your business just double in worth, because now you have something that no one else can get. Now it's exclusive. No one else can get it. You can even sell your business to someone. If you're selling internet, that's a legitimate business. Those clients that you obtain, your clients are money. How you think businesses buy other business? The first thing they want to do, they want to look at your sheets. What type of numbers you're doing? You can have a business that can be in the red, right? They can be losing money, but if they have like a bunch of clients, man, another business will come and buy them because the business say, look, they got all these clients. We can run this better. We can inject more capital and we can run this better. So now they got all of these clients, right? They can sell their business to whoever. They can go up on their prices when someone don't pay their bill. You know, just keep that account going because it's exclusive. And so when one of my homeboys like, look, man, yeah, the Apple method don't work, but the Android method work. Here's the number. Just keep regenerating from this number, and you're able to do it. So, boy, and I did that. I told you guys about it. Some of you guys, you know, you don't want to go through the hassle, you know, the monotonous task of going through all of those numbers until you find a good one. Because they're doing well, I'm just gonna pay you the $30. Now it's at $50 because some of y'all doing too well, you know. So that's just an example, a long way of me telling you an example of how people are successful. And when they are successful, when you offer a product, they look at you and they say, you already saved me money, or you already helped me make money. And now that I have money, disposable income that I have saved, or disposable income that I have gained based off of your knowledge or based off of your product, then I'm gonna come right back to you because I want to save more money and I want to make more money. That's what it is, guys. I mean, I'm a good person, but everything I do is strategic. I'm gonna say it again. I'm a good person, but everything that I do is strategic, and I don't hide that from you guys. And the reason why I don't hide that from you guys, I'd be a hypocrite if I'm up here telling you guys how to sell your businesses, how to sell your products, and how to put your businesses out before the public, and I'm not selling products and I'm not charging. How in the world can a person that never sold a product, or never been successful selling products, how in the world can they get on the live and tell you what to do? It just doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. All things are not for all people, but you have a opportunity here. This is not a sexy subject, the coronavirus and income tax, but it is sexy when you're looking at it from the point of view of there's an opportunity to where you can get your business out in front of people. That's the thing. Look, there's focus groups that's happening all over America to where corporations are saying, how can we get our products in front of people? What's going on in the lives of our clients? Well, we can't, I'm gonna say this word, exploit that situation and put our product before them to find that problem and offer a solution. If you're not thinking like that, then you're not going to be a good business person. Whether you male, female, old, young, black, white, Asian, Native American, you know, I mean, you all creeds, all colors. If you're not thinking like that, of how can I put my product in front of people, then your business is going to be a failure. So in closing, make sure that you have your elevator speech down packed. Make sure that you have the ability to tell people, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it for you. Because the business is about helping the person you're selling it to. Then, Josh says sexy facts. Then, you want to make sure that you have a good product. You want to make sure that you have a good product. Guys, look. If you're selling IPTV, if the IPTV server buffer a lot, if it's buffering on you, it's going to buffer on them. Don't put a bad product out there trying to get rich quick. I already had the live when I talk about stop trying to scam people, because what's going to happen is that you're getting temporary gain for long-term damage. Don't do that, man. Make sure that you go ahead and you test it out, and make sure that you go ahead and in the video that I asked a $75 donation for, there's a segment to where I show you how to go to IPTV service page and contact me, or see if they have affiliates, or see if they have resellers, and then build a relationship. Don't just resell anything. Get a, you know, people ask for a free trial. No, don't get a free trial. I think it was Marcus Bell. I think it was Marcus Bell that posted a comment on one of my videos, is that a free trial is nothing. You need at least a month to test it out. See, with IPTV service providers, I don't know if I got any in the chat. If I did a review of your product before, or if you solicited me to do a review of your product, they can tell you one of the things I say is going to be 5 to 8 days sometimes 10 days. I'm going to test it out. And what I do, I got a multi-screen right here. I got a Shield, Android, another Android box, Fire Stick, got a Fire Stick box. I take 4 devices, hook them up, and boom, I test it. I leave it on the 24-hour link, 24-hour loop. And when I come back, if it got a channel that's down or source that's down, I let them know about it. And before I do the review, then we have all of the kinks worked out. Why? Because if you put your product in front of people, if it's garbage, it's garbage. So like Marcus said, you need more than a 24-hour trial. You need to go ahead and test it out for a month. Now, after I do the review, guys, before I come out with a review, all the issues that I discovered, if any, I let them know about it. They fix it. Now, if they let their product go to crap after that, as a consumer, you have the right to find someone else. Trevor, so text, should I hit you up directly and just be a pain? Laugh aloud. I want to see the new box. And customer service is definitely key. I think that's why I'm successful. Customer service is key, man. Customer service is key. Yeah. Now, it's a difference between customer service and customer is always right. The customer is not always right. You know your overhead. You know the amount of money and the amount of time that you put into your craft. The customer can make some points, valid points, that can be addressed by you. But there's some people that's just a pain in the butt. Like, let's say if you're a reseller. Now, you're a reseller. I'm going to put this out here, then we're going to end the live, guys. You're a reseller. When you buy your credit and you activate someone's account, that credit starts. Right then and there, that credit starts. So, me, before I sell any one of my products, like my internet or whatever, I was like, hey, you got to do this test. Run this test. Let me see your speeds. You got to be from an AT&T phone with the Wi-Fi off. Go to this website. Tell me what your speeds are. Do it at least 3 times in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Why? Because you got different traffic sources on the towers that's closer to you at different times. I need to see your speeds. Once you confirm that you've done that, and I send you the package, the hotspot or whatever, and if you got buffering, and if you're saying your speeds are X, Y, or Z, and I already tested the product before it went to you, nah, bro, you can't get that back. You can't get that back. But well, I didn't do the test at 5 o'clock. I'm always buffering. Well, I told you to do the test 3 different times. You can't get that back. That's why it's month to month. You don't have to renew. Move on. Why? Because you already paid for that service, guys. Now, can there be a time you want to prorate someone? Be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to refund you X amount of dollars back. You can do that, depending on who the customer is, depending on what the situation is. But when it's the fault of the customer, don't lose money because someone else refused to follow instructions. It depends. It's up to you. That is the primary thing that makes you your own boss. That's the primary thing. When you want to be the owner of your company, you got to make executive decisions. It's on you. You don't have to refund everybody. You got to say, well, what type of hit will my company take if I don't refund this person? Me, I look at it and say, I document everything. Every email, every text message, I save that, man. I save that. And I recommend that you guys save that too. So like someone ever like trying to open up like a Cash App dispute or a Facebook dispute, PayPal dispute, I have all of the, I have screenshots, I have emails showing that people receive the product, showing the lines of communication, showing how they're supposed to follow instructions. I save all of that. So if I have all of the information and someone want to be a butthole, I'll be like, look, I told you here on the 4th at 2:00 a.m. that, hey, this is what you were supposed to do and you didn't do it, or you didn't follow instructions correctly. Or I told you, for example, someone brought a service for me that was like this a one-time fee of $20 and I get all of this for the rest of my life. Like, no, it's a monthly fee. They was mad. Like, I said, man, how in the world you expect, so again, you gotta, you got to be able to document things, because there are people out there that scam you. I got one person asked me for an IMEI number Sent me the Cash App. I sent them the number. Like, I didn't get the number. Sent the number again. I didn't get the number. Screenshot them and say, here's the screenshot of the email that you sent me. It was sent. It's not stuck in a loop in my outbox. It was sent. You got the number. I can't take your eyes and erase that number that you see. Nah, you got that number, and now you're trying to get over. You're trying to get over, right? So you got to be, man. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that do that, man. That they want to go ahead and they want to try to get over on you. Another person, man, I sent them the video of IPTV, how to be IPTV reseller, and they was like, I watched the video. I'm not going to use your method. Can you please give me my $75 back? Wait a minute. How I know you're not going to use the method? You can't unsee the video. You done brought the video and you done got everything in the video, probably took notes of the video, probably already using the methods in the video as we speak, but you want your money back. So this is why it's important for you to document. So an individual like that want to say, well, I'm going to open up a dispute. Well, what I do is, hey, here's all the information. This is what the video is about. The video is teaching people 3 different ways how to set up a landing page, a website, a little bit about promotion, a little bit about how to find a IPTV service to resell. Totally legitimate package, 45 minutes. If you buy, you can't come back and say, well, I thought you was going to do this. I thought, nah, I'm telling you that the majority of the video is about setting up a website, then posting a website, and then how to put a hyperlink on there where you can get payments on that website. You can make money overnight. Like, that, all of that is up front. All of that is up front. It's all that is in the advertisement. But people will try to take advantage of you. So customers are not always right. Octavia, whiners, did you not whine with the cable companies charging close to $500 a month? Customer service is being done. Whiners, move on. Yeah, you're right. Gotta go. I'll watch this stream later. All right, Uno. They run DSL. Call me because it's buffer. I told them 100 times to call Comcast. I'm kind of at my wit's ends. Thanks again, Tech. I mean, Trevor, so another thing, and I think somebody had mentioned it earlier, I'm still trying the other Wi-Fi method. The other unlimited method that you see in the video, the unboxing stuff that I did, it's been going okay, but it's not better than the hotspot method, right? And the reason why is there's so many variables, and the only way you can get IPTV to play is that you have to use a VPN. So hopefully, guys, I'm gonna test it for another week or so. Hopefully, I have that video done on soon. So, but there you have it, guys. I hope you guys are able to learn something. I hope you guys are able to take advantage of this situation. You know, look into your community, see what's going on, be aware of what's going on. Put your business before your community. Offer a service to your community. There's money out there. There's very few times to where you know people have exposable income. Go out there, take advantage of it, get it together. Total Techno Tim, Tech, can you show getting the AT&T Hotspot account live today? I have a video of that already. Total Techno Tim. So go ahead and look at my videos. I had a video of that. I just did another one. I did 2. I just did another one last week. So look at my videos and get that video. It'll help you out. So it's your boy taking the bathroom. Until next time, peace. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are IPTV service provider and you want to get your service in front of these nice people that you see in the chat, in front of my subscribers, one of the things I said about my subscribers, they are experts at IPTV. If they like what they see, they will for sure invest into you. So go ahead and give me an email, takingabathroom@gmail.com. I give you my prices, guys. If you want to be a reseller, a successful reseller, you want to know exactly the different ways you can get those websites. It just don't have to be for a reseller website. You can use this to sell anything, and I give you some tips on how to advertise on Facebook and how to find a IPTV service to resell. $75 donation, 45-minute video. Invest that money, invest that time, and you can get another stream of income. God bless you guys. Hopefully I have another video for you tomorrow. Peace.